Hey, thanks for joining us. The time is now 7 a.m. I'm Phoebe Murray, and you're watching 15 News Plus, streaming live on Roku, Apple TV, Fire TV, or our free WMTV 15 News app.
Connected to you on all devices and wherever you stream. This is WMTV 15 News Plus.
Today is January 28th, and we want to give you 5 Wisconsin headlines of the day in 50 seconds. Dodge County first responders say their radio system hasn't been working properly for years, and it could take up to 3 years and millions of dollars to fix the issues. One DOC employee was fired and 2 others were suspended without pay after an investigation into how Morgan Geyser escaped from a group home in Madison back in November. Village of DeForest staff have declared the proposed QTS data center unfeasible and are asking the village president to reject the annexation. Superintendents from the 5 largest school districts in Wisconsin say they're disappointed the $4 million surplus isn't being used to increase general funds for schools. President Donald Trump has endorsed U.S. Representative Tom Tiffany for Wisconsin governor. Tiffany is one of only 2 Republicans in the race for governor. It's your first 5 in 50 seconds. For a deeper dive into any of these stories, you can download our free 15 News app or head to our website, WMTV15news.com. Taking a live look out at the roads here. A quiet intersection, East Washington Avenue at Stoughton Road. Things are moving along smoothly here for that morning commute. No major crashes in the Madison area to let you know about. But we do want to let you know about how cold it still is on this Wednesday morning, Charlie.
Yeah, this morning, tomorrow morning, Friday morning, all going to be pretty cold. And right now we have wind chills that are double digits below 0 over most of southern Wisconsin. We just didn't happen to have the wind here in Madison at the top of the hour, only 3-mile-per-hour wind. But the air temperature is 2 degrees below 0. Here are the rest of the temperatures, and most of them are anywhere from 0 to 5 below. Beaver Dam a little colder, but throw in the wind. There are your wind chills, most of them double digits below 0, 10 below to 20 degrees below 0. Arctic high pressure dominating the weather around here. It will keep us quiet with lots of sunshine, but really nothing to force this cold air out of here, and it's going to hang around into the first part of next month. We will have temperatures getting back into the 20s by the weekend, but only 12 the high today, 12 tomorrow, 15 Friday. Lows in the morning below 0, wind chills way below 0 during the morning, 10 below to 20 below this morning, tomorrow morning, Friday morning as well. As we head into February, we're going to start to moderate the temperatures a bit, with highs returning to the middle 20s by early next week. Late next week, we could see some high temperatures back close to 30 degrees. The average high for this time of year is 27. Phoebe?
Charlie, thank you. And in other news here, the family of Jen Ward defeated after another delay in the trial of her alleged killer in Eau Claire County Court up in western Wisconsin. The defense for Shane Helmbrecht looking to continue the appeal process regarding the issue of his competency. Helmbrecht is accused of killing his neighbor Jen Ward back in 2016. He was supposed to have his arraignment yesterday, but that has now been pushed to March. Jamie Kershoff, Ward's sister, says they were hoping the case would finally move forward.
We're finally going to get to, a step in the right position, but it just didn't come, and it was super frustrating.
Helmbrecht's defense team suggested looking to bring their appeal over his competency to the Wisconsin Supreme Court, which means this could delay the process even longer. Madison police are asking drivers to remember the speed limit on the Beltline after pulling a man going over 90 miles an hour on Monday. Traffic is picking up here on the Beltline, but the speed limit stays at 55. According to Madison police, the man who was pulled over was going 93. He also had 2 young kids in the vehicle. Neither were in a car seat properly. That driver was cited for reckless driving, speeding, and operating with a revoked license. Police are also reminding people that children need to be properly buckled in car seats until they are 4 years old. And hey, if this cold weather has you looking for a way to get out of the house, Sun Prairie is bringing back a festival with some fun for all ages starting today. That's where we find our Ellie Pomerleau. She's telling us what's on tap for Frozen Fest, beloved there in the community. Good morning, Ellie.
Yeah, good morning, Phoebe. An exciting time here in Sun Prairie. Frozen Fest kicking off today. There's over 10 free or low-cost events for people to choose from scheduled leading up to Monday, Groundhog Day, and of course, Jimmy's annual debut to decide if we're going to have more winter or more spring. I want to bring in Jade this morning, the events manager, to tell us a little bit more. And Jade, the excitement really building here in Sun Prairie.
It is, yeah. We have actually a good amount of local mayors attending the prognostication. I think everybody's really excited to see Jimmy's, prediction. We do have 2 people that reached out. They go to different groundhog celebrations once a year, reached out this year to see how they could get involved because they are coming to Sun Prairie. So obviously our reputation precedes us, Jimmy's reputation. So we're really excited to have as many people as possible come brave the cold, brave the morning of Monday to see what Jimmy predicts.
Absolutely love that. I'm so excited. I'll be there on Monday. It's going to be a fun time. I want to bring in Chad now, the Director of Recreation. This is, a big undertaking for you guys, but an exciting time. Why is this such an important event for you guys?
Yeah, this event is so impactful to our department. It's, really supports what we're trying to do here in Sun Prairie with the Parks, Rec, and Forestry Department, supports our goals and our mission. And it's such a fun event that really is a community event, brings people out during a time that we all like to stay cozied up in our homes. So Jade, as the event manager, brings so much energy, and it makes, yes, it's a lot of work for the team, but I feel like with Jade's energy, it makes it so fun to plan it and see it through.
We have the dream team here. I love to hear it. And then, of course, real quick, before we wrap up, we got to talk a little bit about these socks. They're Jimmy socks. Jade, how can people get their hands on these?
Yeah, so if they attend the prognostication, if they're willing to come out, they get to hang out with Jimmy, but this is just an added bonus, to show that you were there, that you got to meet Jimmy, and that you saw firsthand his prediction.
I'm absolutely obsessed. I want like 5 pairs of these. All right, you two. Well, thanks so much for joining us and telling us a little bit more. If you want to see that full list of events, just head to WMTV15news.com. For now, reporting live in Sun Prairie, Ellie Pomerleau for 15 News.
Yeah, and like a hat with the matching socks, Ellie. I love it. Can't wait for Monday. Alrighty, hey, in other news here, the city of Beloit and the town of Beloit are considering combining their fire and EMS services. Leaders with both municipalities say they're seeing staffing issues and rising costs for services. According to a joint press release, if this proposal goes forward, there would be a 6-month time frame for both areas to decide what the consolidation would look like for each municipality. The city of Beloit, City Council, and the town of Beloit Board of Supervisors will meet next Monday, that's February 2nd, to talk about this proposal. If it is approved, leaders from both communities would start the evaluation process. Time right now is 7:10 here on this Wednesday morning. Taking one last look at the roads here. Still looking at this quiet intersection from East Washington Avenue and Stoughton Road. Make sure to take things slow out there. The car might be running a little bit slowly today as we are still looking at some very cold temperatures for your Wednesday ahead. But thanks for joining us. We'll see you back here tomorrow at 7.
Add WMTV 15 News to your Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV, or Google TV today and never miss a moment of 15 News Plus.
Rethink how you get breaking news. With Local News Live, you get the big national stories direct from local reporters. Authentic, unfiltered, live where the story is. Local News Live, always streaming, always free.
We now join Local News Live, already in progress.